Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you never seen me before. My name is Kilowatt. Today, we are doing my official 2023-2024 NFL season predictions. If you enjoy the content, like the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton, and I really appreciate it. And let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my rankings and how your favorite team may do this season. Anyways, let's just hop right into the video. Tiers are pretty self-explanatory. Tanking 0 to 3 wins, you're not a good team. Um, Developing, this is really where new coaches, young quarterbacks, young players are going to be teams that have a lot of youth and a lot of promise in the future, but right now they need time to develop. Mid, how else can I explain it? You're mid, you're not very good, 6-7 wins. Borderline wild card, these are teams that I see on the edge of the wild card. Maybe they make the playoffs if they get a little bit lucky and win a game, some games that people don't think they're going to win, but most likely they're not making the playoffs, but they're on the edge. Maybe you can get there in a season or two. Wild card, these are my pretty solid wild cards. Obviously, things could change, but teams that I think are going to make the wild card, teams that are decent but not going to win their division. Division winners, pretty self-explanatory. 9-11 wins because, the overlap is here because bad teams can still win divisions. Like last year, Bucks won their division being 8-9, which is pretty terrible. Super Bowl contenders, we all know what that is. You're just a goated team, chance for winning a Super Bowl. Anyways, let's start ranking. New Orleans Saints, in my opinion, a division winner. Their division, NFC South, it's pretty weak. Bucks, Falcons, Saints, and I don't even know the other team in that division. Anyways, their division's not very good, and I only think they're gonna get like 9 wins, 9-8, maybe 10-7, but I think 9-8. Just that the division's really not that good, so they should be able to win. Oh yeah, Panthers, Bucks, Falcons, and the Saints. Like they should be able to win that. They got Derek Carr. They upgraded their team a little bit. Still have that good receiving core. Still have Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara on your team. Gonna be a solid offense. I think they can get 9 wins and win that division. Next, we got Miami Dolphins. I think wild card. Normally they would be a division winner. I think they're a pretty good team, but I think that there's a better team in their division that we will be ranking later. If you know, you know. My record prediction 10-7. I still have Tua, as long as he stays healthy and is able to deliver the ball to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They'll be good. Their defense, you bring in Jalen Ramsey, your team is going to be solid, even though he has been looking like burnt toast lately. I still think that they're going to be a good enough team to make the wild card 10-7. That's my prediction. Baltimore Ravens, again another wild card team. I just think that there's just another team, Cincinnati Bengals, that we might be ranking right after this, that is going to win that division and is just overall better team. But when you bring in Odell Beckham Jr. and you draft Zay Flowers, Lamar's coming back. He's reigning MVP. Well, not from last season, but he has won an MVP before. Your team is probably going to make the wild card, going to make the playoffs 10-7. That's my prediction for the Baltimore Ravens. The defense is still solid, by the way. Next, we got Cincinnati Bengals. Super Bowl contenders. Now, I do think they're going to win their division, but we're not putting them here because I think they're a Super Bowl contender. Why do I think they're a Super Bowl contender? Well, they have Joe Shiesty, some may say. He's just too goated, along with one of the best, if not the best receiving core in the league, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins. Do not sleep on them. They also have Joe Mixon. They also have an improved offensive line, and their defense is still solid, even though they lose Jesse Bates and some other guys. I still think they're a solid team, and I think they have a chance at making it to the Super Bowl and maybe even winning it this year. These tiers are also going to be ordered, by the way. Everything looks good right now, but should have said that at the beginning of the video. But the tiers are going to be ordered based on what team I think is better than another. Broncos. Everyone's saying Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Sean Payton's going to revitalize. I don't believe in that. I saw all I needed to see from the Broncos last year. I had Russell Wilson and Courtland Sutton on my fantasy football team, and after watching that Thursday night football game between the Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts, if you know that game, you know that game. The score is 12-9. I wanted to cry after watching that game. They're not making the playoffs. They're a borderline wildcard team, 8-9. Their division is pretty strong, and they're probably the worst team in that entire division. Maybe they're better than the Oakland Raiders. I'll have to consider. Sean Payton's just not going to magically make 2022 Russ back to Super Bowl Seattle Russ. That's just not going to happen. Russ is washed. Do not pick him in fantasy football. Do not pick any Broncos players in fantasy football. I'm trying to help you. I had enough of the Broncos from last year. I'm done believing that in them for the rest of eternity. Some may say I'm a biased Broncos hater. I say that I know what I'm talking about, and you'll all see when they're not good once again. Anyways, New York Giants. Wild card. I never really believed in the Giants. Even last year, I didn't believe in them, but they've proved me wrong. And I want to say I apologize to Giants fans, really. I mean, I didn't think your team was going to be really good. I still don't think Daniel Jones is good. I don't know why you extended it for so much, but hey, my team's not in the playoffs, so what can I say? I mean, Daniel Jones isn't good. He's not a good quarterback. That still remains a fact, but I'm not going to hate on your team too much because, hey, you made the playoffs, and I think 9-8, maybe 10. I think 9-8 because their division's also pretty hard. They're going to stay at the bottom of this year, though, because they're not as good as these two teams here. Anyways, Minnesota Vikings. I mean, I'm going to say division winner, 10-7. Better than the Saints, but, like, not, like, a great, like, not, like, an insane team. Like, I think that the Vikings are worse than these teams. They're just in an easier division. Like, there's just not a team that's better than them. I mean, the division is Packers, Lions, and let me take a look. Who is in the Packers, Lions, Browns? Who's in there? Who's in NFC North? Let me take a look. NFC North teams. Oh, the Bears. Yeah. Okay. My bad. My bad, Bears fans. The Bears. They're gonna win that division. There's no team that really can combat them. So 10-7, but I don't think that they're a great team. I wouldn't bet on them to do super good, like in the playoffs. But I think in the regular season they'll be fine. They have Jay Jetta's best receiver in the league. Don't talk to me on that. He is the best receiver in the league. You still have Kirk, Dalvin Cook, etc. Anyways, moving on to Los Angeles Rams. I don't know what to say. Is Matthew Stafford playing? Is Matthew Stafford not playing? I'll go 7-9 because, like, maybe Matt Stafford will play, and, like, they still have Cooper Kupp, but I don't think they're making the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be that good. I don't really know what happened to their team. It kind of just crumbled. Folded like a lawn chair, some may say, but I don't really. I just don't know. So 7-9. Buccaneers. You're tanking? After watching the training camp videos of Sam Howell and Baker Mayfield, my prediction is 3-14. Sorry, I was thinking what added to 3 with what Jesus, I'm having a stroke. What you would add to 3 to get 17. Yeah, their quarterback situation is terrible. Maybe here because they have good receivers, but their quarterback sucks. They also have Leonard, who is trash. He is old and he is fat. Detroit Lions, borderline wildcard. Some people may think, oh my god, the Lions, they're going to make the playoffs. They're not. I mean, yeah, their team was good last year, but I think that their team's gotten worse. Why, you may ask? Well, you released DeAndre Swift, and you don't have Jamal Williams, who were arguably the second and third best players on your team last year. And you wasted a draft pick on Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I do like that they got the safety from Alabama. I forget his name. Brian Branch. I do like that pick, but I don't think they had the best draft, and I just don't think that Jared Goff has that magic in him to bring their team to the playoffs after you release your best running back and replace him with someone who you have no idea if he's going to be better than him or not. So yeah. Did I say a record? I think 8-9. I think 8-9. I think they're better than the Rams, right around the same as the Broncos, 8-9. Chicago Bears. I think borderline playoff. I think they're gonna be a lot better this year. I think 8-9 as well. I think like Justin Fields is gonna get better. Their offensive line is better. They brought in DJ Moore. They have like still a solid defense. Justin Fields is getting better with the system. I don't really know who their running back is, but I just think they're gonna be an overall better team. Maybe I'm reaching a little high with 8 and 9. I think seven, like they'll at least get 7 wins, right? They'll at least get 7 wins. I kind of realize there's an overlap here, but I don't no. I don't. They're not borderline wild card. I'm gonna move them down to mid tier because like they're still developing. They're not borderline wild card. Let's actually move the Rams down here too. Like these teams could actually make it into the playoffs. These teams actually couldn't make it into the playoffs. I mean, maybe the Rams, but no one knows what they're doing. San Francisco 49ers, we're putting them at Super Bowl contenders. I'm going to put them over the Bengals. You saw what they did last year in the playoffs with Brock Purdy. Their team is still the same. You have probably the best like offensive weapons out of any team. You have Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. I mean, if Trey Lance is just half decent, they are going to be a Super Bowl contender and have a chance to win it all. What else can you say? You can't argue with them, as well as their defense led by Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. I know you lost Jimmy Ward, but their team's just going to be elite. Very, very hard to beat. Philadelphia Eagles, wow, another Super Bowl contender. Basically the same team from last year, except you add Jordan Davis, who is a massive defensive lineman, and you add one of like just a really great young running back, DeAndre Swift. They basically just upgraded their entire team by adding those two players. They're definitely going to be a Super Bowl contender. They made it there last year and almost won. If not for that holding penalty, sorry for reminding you Philly fans, but I do think that they're just going to be a Super Bowl contender team, maybe even a favorite to make it there and win. Green Bay Packers. Developing 4 to 5 wins. Jordan Love, I don't really know how good he is, and oh wait, I never gave record predictions for these two teams. I'm so sorry. Philadelphia Eagles, and San Francisco 49ers. I'm gonna say 13-3 for both of 14-2 for the Eagles, 13-3 for the no 13-4 for the Niners, 14-3 for the Eagles. Sorry about that. Green Bay Packers, I'm gonna go 5-12. The receiving core is not the best, and Jordan Love is their quarterback, so I don't really believe in him too much. He's gonna need some time, and I don't think they're gonna be good right away. Oakland Raiders, borderline wild card. Actually, how many teams do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe they'll get moved up to here depending on how many playoff teams I rank later. For right now, 8-9, I think they're better than the Broncos. I think they're borderline wild card because they brought in Jimmy, and I don't think he's that good, but like they have a better roster. They have Devontae Adams, they have Max Crosby, they still have Josh Jacobs on their team, and I think they're just going to be solid, borderline wild card, maybe even a wild card. It depends how many teams I think are better than them that actually are going to make the playoffs. Washington Commanders, you're tanking, let's just say same record as the Bucks, 3-14. Their quarterback is terrible. I think it's right now it's Sam Howell. I don't even know who that guy is. Maybe it's Jacoby Brissett. They're gonna be terrible. Rest in peace to Terry McLaurin. He is a great player. Don't feel afraid to pick him in fantasy football if you get the chance. He is a solid player. And they have some young guys that I like, such as Jahan Dotson. But yeah, they're just not. There's not really. Their quarterback sucks. GG's, I guess. Arizona Cardinals. They are the. Actually, I'm gonna put them right here. Arizona Cardinals, worst team in the league. No D Hop, no JJ Watt, no Kyler Murray. What else do I have to say? 2-15. Next up, we have the Steelers. I'm gonna say wild card, 9-8. I think they're better than the Raiders because they have a good coach. Najee Harris is on that team. George Pickens is on that team. They still have Pat Freiermuth, the tight end, and they still have Minka Fitzpatrick leading that defense. They're going to be solid. Don't sleep on them too hard. I think Kenny's getting better, and I think that they're going to be a wild card team because Mike Tomlin's just a demon. He's never had a losing record. Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl contender, but on the lowest end of the Super Bowl contender tier. I think that they're worse than like every other Super Bowl contender that's out. I think that they're going to be 12-5. 12-5. Yeah, 12-5. I don't think that they're a bad team, but I think they're being a bit overhyped right now. So, and I think that the Bengals, Niners, and Eagles are all better than them. Atlanta Falcons, borderline wild card. Borderline wild card 8-9. I think that their team's really good. It's just gonna be, is their quarterback good enough to lead them there? Is Ritter good enough? Because I think that their offense is gonna be really good. I think that their defense is much improved, but it all comes down to the quarterback. And if he's not that good, then they're not gonna get 8 wins. But I think that he's gonna be a decent quarterback, but not good enough to be the playoffs, but not bad enough to be like mid or developing. Seattle Seahawks, wild card, 10-7. I think that they're not as talented as these teams, but when you still have DK Metcalf along with Tyler Lockett, and you also draft Jackson Smith-Njigba for Geno Smith, who I don't think Geno's going to have a repeat year, but I think he's still going to be a solid quarterback. You have Pete Carroll as your head coach. You can't really go wrong there. 10-7, they're going to be a solid team. They're going to make the playoffs once again. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised this year. They also have their running back, I forget his name, Kenneth Walker. He's also good. Their team's just overall good. I think they brought Bobby Wagner back as well. Very good job this offseason. Going to be a solid team. New England Patriots. I don't think Mac Jones is very good. Okay, I think borderline. They're not borderline. I'm going to say mid, 7-10. They also brought in Bill O'Brien as their offensive coordinator. Now you may think, Patriots fans may be thinking, Bill O'Brien, like, he's going to improve our offense. He's much better than Matt Patricia. Let me tell you this. He's not a good football mind. I've heard people saying he's a good football mind. He might not be a good GM, but he's a good football mind. I'm a Texans fan. I know all I need to know about Bill O'Brien. I've watched him too many times. And let me give you one perfect example on why he's going to make this team bad. We're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round of the playoffs. We are up 28-0. It is 4th down and about 11, I believe. Guess what we do? Bill O'Brien calls a fake punt. We don't get the fake punt for obvious reasons. The Chiefs get the ball back, score, start the run, and we lose the game. Do not trust Bill O'Brien. Do not put any faith in Bill O'Brien. Their team's going to be terrible. I get that you get Christian Gonzalez. I like him. He's a great player, but Mac Jones is not that good, and Bill O'Brien is a terrible coach. I do like Ramondre Stevenson as well. He was on my fantasy team last year. Did good for me. But yeah, 7-10. Anyways, on to the Cleveland Browns. Actually, borderline wild card because I don't think that Deshaun Watson is good. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just angry because I'm a Texans fan. I don't like what happened with Deshaun, but I think the rest of their team's really good. I mean, Nick Chubb, absolute stud. But he's really, and Myles Garrett also, absolute stud. But when you give up 2 first-round picks to get Deshaun Watson, and he's not that player, and I don't think he's going to turn back into that player for this season. I don't think he's going to be good. I think that they're going to be 8-9. Yeah, 8-9. Houston Texans. We're going to be mid. I'll be honest, we're going to be mid, I think. Let's go here. I think that our team's actually going to be decent, but I don't think we're a borderline. Actually, no. We're a borderline wild card team because our division's so bad, we actually could be a borderline wild card team. We're actually better than Cleveland. We're actually better than Cleveland. That's fair. We're actually right. We're right here. We're right there. We're a borderline wild card team. I think that we get a solid 7 wins. I think we could go 8-9. Maybe I'm a little biased here, but it's just because our division sucks. If you put us in the Chiefs division, we're going 5-12. But in this division, we made a lot of upgrades. We got C.J. Stroud. We got Will Anderson. We still have Dameon Pierce. Nico Collins, John Mechie's coming back. We drafted Tank Dell. He's a beast as well. And we got D'Amico Ryan's new head coach. I think that we're going to be solid in our division. Just absolutely atrocious. So we actually have a chance. I don't think that we're going to be a playoff team, but maybe if like Trevor Lawrence gets injured, we win the division or something. I don't know. Kansas City Chiefs 14-3, Super Bowl contenders. They have GOAT Patrick Mahomes, and he's my dad. Dallas Cowboys. They're not going to win their division, so we're going to put them wild card. I think that they could actually get more than 10 wins, but I'm just going to say 10-7 because Dak is actually pretty bad. I mean, they released Zeke, but they also lost Dalton Schultz. So I think 10-7. I wouldn't be surprised if they got 11 wins, but they're not going to win the division because the Eagles are in their division. Yeah. Wild card, we're putting the Los Angeles Chargers at 10-7. They just need to stay healthy, and they'll be a good team. They have Justin Herbert. They have Quinn Johnson, who they drafted, Mike Williams, as well as Keenan Allen, and Austin Eckler's coming back. They're going to be good. How many teams have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, these are all the playoff teams that I could have. New York Jets, I'm putting borderline wild card. I don't think Aaron Rodgers gets it done for them. I'm sorry. I just don't think he does. Wait, do we have 7 from the AFC and 7 from the NFC? Let me check real quick, guys. 1, 2 from the NFC, 3 from the NFC, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this perfectly balanced from AFC and NFC. Do I think the Jets make it in over the Giants? Honestly, no. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is gonna do it for them. I'm sorry. I think that their team was good last year. I don't really think it clicks. I don't think it fits in. I just don't think it happens. I know a lot of people are betting on the Jets. I'm just kind of taking the other end of the spectrum here. But if they do make it, I'm not gonna be surprised. Like I said, I think that they're at the top of this tier. Yeah. Panthers developing 5-12. I think that their team is going to get better with Bryce Young, but I don't think they have as many pieces as a team like the Texans. Their division is actually pretty bad, and maybe they get 6 wins, but I think they're the worst team in their division. While the Texans are like the second best because the Jaguars, the Titans and Colts are terrible. Speaking of the Titans and Colts, Titans are going to be tanking, probably 3-14. Have you seen Will Levis's videos? Have you seen the Will Levis OTA videos? He's absolutely dog shit. He's absolutely dog water. They're not doing anything with Will Levis. They also don't have any receivers, and yeah, they have Derrick Henry, but I think he's going to get traded midseason, honestly, because their team's going to be terrible. Indianapolis Colts developing 4-13 because I don't think Anthony Richardson is going to be that good, but they have better pieces than the Titans. Jaguars. Oh wait, I think the Jaguars are a division winner. That means the Steelers aren't going to make the playoffs. Sorry, Steelers. I think Steelers will actually get 9 wins. Maybe they'll have like a tie or something, but they're not going to be able to make it because this is already 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's not enough room for them to be in. Yeah, they're not going to make it. Anyways, Jaguars 10-7 because actually 11-6 because the division sucks and Trevor's a lot better and they have Calvin Ridley back. Yeah. So this is my official tier list. Let me just make sure everything's ordered properly. Jaguars should be at the top of that tier. Yeah, I think everything is pretty good here. I mean, there are a lot of borderline wildcard teams, but I think it's going to be a pretty balanced season next year. I think all of these teams have a realistic chance to make the playoffs, and I would like to put the Steelers in, but I can't because there's too many. But yeah, there's not going to be that many terrible teams. Like, even if your team is in the mid, unless you're like a Rams fan or a Patriots fan, I wouldn't be too nervous. Bears fans, don't be too nervous or angry because I put your team at mid. I just don't think you're going to be a playoff team. If the Bears were in a different division, I'd actually put them higher. Maybe I should move. I'm gonna keep the Texans here because I'm a Texans fan. But if I wasn't a Texans fan, I would move them down. Anyways, that wraps up the tier list. If you watch all the way to the end, appreciate you. Um, there you go. No homo though, and yeah. Also, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Means a lot to me. Leave a comment of how you thought I did with these rankings. Thanks so much for watching. See y'all boys in the next one. Peace.